We are previewing Week 11 in the NFL here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We're talking right now with returning guest Troy West from allplayswin.com, and all of his plays have in fact won with us over the past couple weeks. Kind of took me by surprise, but very impressed, Troy West.
Thanks a lot, Pete. We're real happy with what we're doing over at allplayswin.com. Last week we get Washington on Saturday with a huge outright win, taking care of Utah, and then we come right back with Cincinnati on Sunday with another outright win. Normally not a huge underdog player, but we go with two underdogs last week. They win the game outright in both games. One of those games where you can kick your feet up at halftime and open a beer and feel pretty good about winning both games. You got to like that.
All right, well, let's see if we can get one more NFL win this week.com, okay? We're going to talk about the Bengals at Chiefs. Now, the Chiefs are coming off of that Monday night football game where they, got the easy cover against Pittsburgh, but it was kind of rainy conditions, and they were sort of like determined not to suck in that game. Now they're a 3 or 3.5 point home dog to Cincinnati, who, of course, is coming off the Giants game. And I get the sense with you that you tend to identify value with a team that's extended over a few weeks. You did that with Washington a few weeks ago, and it seems like you might be doing that with the Bengals here. I'm going to predict you like the Bengals as a small road favorite here.
I am. I agree with you. You're right on, Pete. I'm back with the Bengals again. Reason why, I watched Kansas City play last night. They played their hearts out. They played really well against a Pittsburgh team. You got to remember, Ben Roethlisberger goes out, helps them out a little bit. But Kansas City's one of those teams. They keep pushing, and they're losing, and they're losing, and they're losing. Cincinnati's on the other side where they're starting to catch fire a little bit. Like we said a couple weeks ago, they play a really close game against Denver. Played their hearts out at home. Then they come back again next week, or last week, and they take care of the Giants handily. I don't see this being a letdown for Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati's got the train rolling at the right time. Andy Dalton's starting to play really well. The defense played phenomenal against the Giants. I can't see the Chiefs moving the ball much at home. I think Cincinnati takes care of business by at least 10 points in this game. I think this Cincinnati team's determined to make a playoff push where Kansas City's done. I mean, Kansas City can't figure out what they want to do at quarterback. They can't figure out what they want to do in the run game. I think Cincinnati wins this game handily, Pete. I really do. I don't see trap written on this game at all. Cincinnati wins.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Green Bay game that I just talked about a little while ago. This year in the NFL, there have been a lot of these 3.5 point, 4 point road favorites that the public has just been all over, and those favorites have been covering a lot, and the book's been getting killed by them. And this game appears to be one of those once again. I mean, why don't you think this line? You know that when the public sees this line, they're going to love the Bengals, and it seems like those sides of the public is obviously going to love have been the right side. So why don't you think that the books made this, 6 points or even 7?
It's a good point. I don't know if it's because of the way that the Chiefs performed the last couple of weeks. They're starting to play a little bit better football, a little bit more competitive. But I think the books are valuing way too much in the home field advantage. Where the NFL, it's been pretty sporadic all year. I mean, I don't think you can pinpoint a letdown game on Cincinnati. I think you really need to look at, what's this team got to play for, and look at the motivation. I mean, they lose that game at home against Denver 2 weeks ago. They could have easily laid an egg against the Giants, but you and I both saw the value in going with Cincinnati, and they showed up to play. I don't think that they showed up to play for just 1 week. I think they're going to do it again. Maybe the books see letdown written all over Cincinnati. I don't see it.
Yeah, well, I can't exactly answer why this line is as low as it is, which is something that whenever you see a line that's off, you always want to be able to answer that question, why is this line where it is? And I can't quite answer here, but I'm agreeing with you. I think Cincinnati is the play. Thanks once again, Troy West from allplayswin.com, and we'll talk to you again next week.